All right, Shalom, Shalom. I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Karpadash, Prophet Yahweh, Prophet Yahushai for this truth, knowledge, and wisdom. And we give double honors to our apostle elders, which apostle elders is a great millstone, which have been diligently doing this work. The hope for the elect, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep the faith. Beautiful times we in. I always like to put that out there because we are living in the most beautiful times. This is just a lesson. Me and the brother, we were on the streets and we were doing we were just going in the spirit. Then we brought the spot that we jumped into how bitter, just the bitter side of things is it can mean a lot. I knew about bitter. I knew a little bit about the herbs. Jake be trying to cleanse sometimes and eat somewhat right in this wicked world. But when you deal with herbs and when you deal with the spirit, what did the Lord say? He says, "Go to the ant." Okay, so let's pull that up real quick. 1 second. All right, and this verse fits perfectly. Okay, it sets the tone. Look, okay, this is Proverbs. Let's go back to the other one. This is Proverbs. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. So the Lord, through David, okay, we see the Psalms, Proverbs. You have the comparison to saying what? Having an eye on nature and watching the workings of nature and animals and the way they behave and act, it can mirror into life, because it says what? The ant is hard working. Okay? It does what it does, it works as a unit. If you see ants, they can take down a big animal. If they can hold down, I've seen ants hold down other like bees and wasps, and while the other ants like dismember them. Like ants are no joke. If they work as a unit, they can't be. It's a hard thing to beat a colony of ants unless you're just like a really big animal. Okay, but even then, if it's the right type of ant, they can poison you. Okay, but ants work in simultaneous in conjunction with each other. So I read this to say look at the herbs also. Okay, the way the herbs behave themselves in our bodies, it mirrors because this truth we're also known as one body. Okay, this truth is known as a body in itself. Okay, and we have to now, if we know that the truth and the brotherhood and the walk that we're walking is known as a body with all the members of the body. Okay, now we got to understand what herbs do. Okay, what would be considered bitter herbs. Okay, so that's why this is the title. It says the importance of bitter. Okay, bitter, it helps the body. Okay, it helps the body. And what was our bitter? Our bitterness was going to what? Into slavery, um, you know, losing ourselves, pretty much just being, broken down, man, brought down to a low level, with no kind of hope, no soundness in us. That's a part of our bitter. But now let me I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but let me pull this up because this is the article we read on the highway, and I was meaning to go into it, but now it came down. It was been on my mind all day, so I was like, man, let me jump into it real quick. All right, this is article. Hopefully, this is the one on healthy. Yep, it is. All right, we're just gonna read the first part, and if you brothers definitely want to check this out, it's called Healthy Highly Guard Hildgard, and it's called 16 Bitter Healing Plants and Herbs. And I told myself I was gonna go into it also, but the main thing I wanted to bring out, we're gonna read right here. It says the following list of bitter healing plants and herbs contain bitter substance that are important part of the overall healing composition. So throughout bitterness and going through what we went through, it also healed us too. That's why it says a false balance is an abomination. Because the Most High said he made the creature subject unto vanity. So we were made subject to do what we're doing now, but there's a purpose in it. The Most High made us go off for a purpose, to have us taste the bitterness. That's why it says a man has become like gods, knowing what? Good and evil. So we tasted the sweet and we tasted the bitter. The good is what? Knowing what? About life, knowing about the truth, having the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. And I got a precept for that too. This is Proverbs. Let me pull it up in the blue letter. Because this law is likened unto a nourishment to us, man. Let me see if this is it. No, it's check this verse out. This is Psalms 119 and verse 72. And it says, the law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver. The law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver. So knowing this law is likened unto what? Riches. It's likened unto sweetness. Okay? All these things are knowing what we know is what? Having the good, and then we know evil is what? Death. You know, having to go off, having to go into sin, having to know wickedness. You know, no, you. That's why it says, "Let not thy sins weigh you down." Because if you're in the right spirit, you get mad, man, when you sin. You get mad when you go off. You feel disappointed in yourself. You feel bad. You know, anxious about things. You hope. You know, pray. It keeps you humble, man. But you know, we don't want to go off. But we're in this flesh. That's why Paul says, "What that I don't want to do, I do." That what I do, he doesn't do. He can't do it. He wants to be perfect and know the law and do everything to a T, but we can't do it right now, man, because these the flesh is given unto wickedness. Okay, so let's jump back into the article, and it says the following list of bitter healing plants and herbs contain bitter substances that are important to part of the overall healing composition. Healthy bitters can be extremely beneficiary to your digestive health and metabolism. So just like the bitterness that we went through is important to this body, is important to the kingdom of heaven that's coming. Just like Yahweh Shai, as he tasted the cup, he was perfected, man. He was able to drink that cup and sit on the right hand of the Father. You know, we always speak about that, which is a great, great act, man. That's not a light place to be, sitting at the right hand of the Creator, man. So all these things that Yahweh went through and was perfected, man. That's why I said the time of purification, because the catching that hell and going on that cross, it purified him, man. You know, and then the Father raised him up and gave him glory and gave him honor, raised him up just like he's raising the elect up in these last days, man. The elect is being rose up and being given glory and honor through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, not by our own means, because this flesh is wicked, man. Okay? And it says overall healing composition, healthy benefits can be extremely beneficiary to your digestive health and metabolism. Bitters are best consumed in the form of tinctures or teas because the active ingredients are more readily absorbed overall. Mucosa, you know, in tinctures you can use what, like Everclear, to bring it out. You bring out the actual herbal that's in the actual plant. Okay, it says whether your condition is infectious, stress related, or simply caused by exhaustion, bitter substances can help stimulate healing and vitality. Okay, so it keeps you active, man. You know, that's why a lot of the herbs are known as aphrodisiacs, because they directly affect how the body what am I looking for? How the body responds. Okay, vitality goes into getting it up. If you lose vitality, that's always with men losing their testosterone. That's like the vitality substance that keeps them, you know, perky, you know. And it says The cause behind many of our present ailments is often results of weakened or compromised liver function. Bitter substances work to stimulate the liver metabolic function to restore your body's powerful detoxifying organ. For more information on bitter foods, we urge to check out alternative sources because there's so many out there. There's so much you can learn about the bitter herbs and herbs, period, man, that you'll be lost in it. That's the Most High created herbs for the healing of man. A lot of these pharmaceuticals base their grounds off what herbs. Then they tweak it a little bit, put their bullshit in there, and they send it out. They package it. All right. And this is just 18 list of herbs and the benefit of them. You know, it's a good thing to have too. Hey, chamomile. You know, certain herbs that peppermint. So yeah, you advise you brothers, you know, check this page out, man. You know, it's good to have a knowledge of these type of herbs, especially in the times we come into, man. But you know, the Lord got us anyway. We'll be all right. All right, let's jump into the. Let me just go ahead and get some of these precepts. I just wanted to put that out there and show. Look, the bitterness is important. Okay, this is Job 9. Let me get Revelations real quick. Now I'm gonna jump into how it ties into the spirit, into these scriptures, and especially this truth. This is not, Revelations 9 and 10 and 9. It says, and I went out to the angel. It says, and I went unto the angel, and he said unto me, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it. And what's the Bible? The book is the Bible. Okay, the understanding of these scriptures, and we fully understand it now today. All right, because John wrote the prophecies down, but he didn't understand it because it didn't come to pass yet. Now we're seeing those prophecies taking, how you say, it's taking pictures, taking form. It says, give me the little book, and he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. So the same thing with what? Knowing good and evil. So when you digest it, you get down to it, it gets bitter. But through that bitterness, because we know that what? Bitterness is good for the body's digestive system and metabolical health, man. Okay? And it purges, man. Going through hell, catching different hell, purges certain things out of you, man. All right? And it says, and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up. It means he ate the whole roll. He devoured it. He put it in his spirit. Okay, not knowing part of this, or you don't agree with this, or if you don't agree with a portion of it, then you don't agree with a lot of it, man. You know, you got to be fully persuaded before doing this thing and understand it. That, you know, and it says don't be offended, man. You know, because certain things come out in the scriptures that, hey, man, hey, it's high grade. And it says, and I took the little book out of the angel's hand. That's why some of the Lord told Moses, some of the prophets, he said, look, put this in here, but then don't write this. Because if Jake could handle some of these, imagine the stuff that the Lord held back. All right. That really would have bugged Jake out, man. Okay. And it says, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey, and as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. Okay. So just like this truth, the bitterness that we got through our slavery, through the displacements, that bitterness, man, it's to help also. Okay, because it's gonna benefit us in the long run. And the brother brought out a great point about the horseradish, man. The horseradish is a bitter thing of slavery, but what? We became a nation in Egypt. You know, we became a people, and then what? We went through the hardship that we went through in Egypt. And we came out, man, and the Lord prepared us for that meeting of what? Becoming a nation, man. That was the real birth of a nation. This is Ezekiel 3 and verse 1. It says, moreover, he said unto me, son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go and speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat. It means cause your mind to understand, digest it, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Fill it. That means, hey, stuff the understanding, man. Going into the truth, the 100% truth. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go thee unto the house of Israel and speak my words unto them, for thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech or of an hard language, but to the house of Israel. And we sent there again. The message has not changed. We're going to the house of Israel. Now the house of Israel just looks like the other nation. That's it. Now they're all you got confusion of faith. You got brothers in different philosophies and dogmas, became like heathens. This is Job 9 and 18. It's Job 9 and 18. He will not, he says, he will not suffer me to take, he says, Salaki, he will not suffer me to take my breath, but fill me with bitterness. See, for it says, if I speak my strength, lo, he is strong. And if of judgment, who shall set me to Lakia? It says, who shall set me a time to plead? If I justify myself, mine own mouth shall condemn me. And if I say I am perfect, it shall also prove me perverse. Okay, because we're not all perfect, man. All right, but through the judgments, that's why it says, when I am weak, he is strong. So through our judgments, the Most High is shown to be weak, man. When he lists his people, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out of the dunghill, that's a great miracle, man. Because we were the offscowl of the world, man. The shit, the nobodies, the untouchables. Nobody thought we ever gonna get a W, a win, man. So now we're getting wins, and we're not even in the main part of it yet. Okay? And it says, this is one thing, therefore I said it. He destroyeth the perfect and the wicked. See that? So just because we're perfect in the eyes of Yahweh because we are his people, he's going to make us perfect. But he also dealt with us just like he's going to deal with the wicked. Because how these other nations are going to go in slavery for what? Breaking the law, man. And destroying the earth, going against his people, all these things. But we, just like we broke the law, we went off, the Most High going to break them off too, because they going off, man. That's why the whole earth is going to be run through the scriptures, nothing else. All right, this is Psalms 119 or Job. Oh, let me get this proverb. We're gonna get up out of here, man, because hey, it's a beautiful topic to have, man. The bitter, the importance of bitter. Proverbs 27:7, and it says, for the soul that loweth the honeycomb, but it says the full soul loweth. Let's see what that word is. Bawak, and it says to tread down, reject, trample down, tread down, trample, warriors of reject, to tread down. So a full soul rejects the honeycomb. See that? A full soul. That's why it says, lest I be fooled and say, who is the Lord? Okay? Just like you got Jake. Jake is full in America. That these Hollywood stars, these athletes, they fool, man. So it says they loaf, they reject the honeycomb. What is the honeycomb? That's this truth. That's who they are as people, and coming out of the society and being as pilgrims. They don't want that, man. They reject it. And it says, but of the hungry soul, every bitter thing is sweet. So that's why every little move we get in this world, we cherish it, man. Especially knowing that what we're at the bottom of the barrel because we're empty to the world, man. Okay, we don't look like the gold of the world. We're looked down upon, but that's why every little thing we get should be sweet. Even the bitter, man. Even the bitter things that we catch hell. that should be sweet unto us, because the Most High said, "What He dealeth us with us as sons." It's bun. So we haven't had a father, man, in this in the walk of this life. Okay, our power has put us to the side for our sins, but in our iniquities, but he's returning unto us, man. That's why Jake is waking up the way they are, going into the lessons, going into breakdowns. All this is prophecies of the Lord that's allowing us to do it, man. All right, because He said that what we would wake up one day. All right, so hey, one more time: the full soul loatheth the honeycomb, but the hungry soul, every bitter thing is sweet. All right, so with that, I want to say all praise unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakak Wadash, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahushai, for this truth, knowledge, and wisdom, and understanding that we've been given these last days. Keep faith as much as possible in these times, man. Keep fighting, keep pushing. We're almost there. Shalom, shalom to you, Akim out there. Keep moving, man. Shalom.